Hey friends, hey guys, and welcome to today's video. I tried to film this in the kitchen. Insert bloopers. Mom life. Yikes. Wow.
Ah!
What is on your leg? Why are you bleeding?
You need a band-aid.
Yeah, I'm gonna film in the room. We're all home all the time. So, I escaped to my closet slash future baby's room slash place everybody kind of lands and hangs out. And we are going to discuss my earliest pregnancy symptoms or my 2-week wait symptoms. I have to catch my breath. That's seriously a pregnancy symptom. So bad. Also, I'm fat, so it's like I have lots of things working against me here. But if you are not familiar, the 2-week wait is the wait time in between ovulating and getting your period or missing your period. The 2-week wait symptoms and the 2-week wait is brutal for anyone who is trying to conceive. I feel like the 2-week wait is like the most talked about thing in the trying to conceive community because it's the most excruciating amount of time pretty much ever. And before I was trying to conceive, like really trying, the 2-week wait videos, I literally probably watched every single one on the internet. So if you have one, I've watched it. You're symptom spotting, you're praying for a baby, you're just thinking that every little twinge in pain or even PMS symptom could possibly be that baby that you're hoping for. And it's just brutal. That 2-week wait is brutal. But I wanted to discuss with you guys today, I actually tracked all of my 2-week wait symptoms that inevitably ended up getting me to my big fat positive, as they call it in the trying to conceive community, my BFP. I am almost 8 weeks pregnant and so far everything is going really well. I'm feeling really, super confident in this pregnancy. I have my first ultrasound next week. We're so excited for this baby. We have prayed, we have hoped, we have waited and tried so hard for this baby, and we're so excited. If you are new here, hi, I'm Lauren and I'm pregnant. I am pregnant and we have been trying to conceive since December of 2019 and we are just so excited. I'm a mom already to Ella and I'm exhausted. Ding, 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 ding. So also, if you are new here, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, and I have found out some things along this trying to conceive journey that I didn't know prior to doing all of this. So I do have PCOS and the 2-week wait was an interesting time, but it was definitely different than my PMS and like what I experienced leading up to my period. So I tracked it all for you. I'm going to give you my day-by-day symptoms, and I got my big fat positive, my positive pregnancy test on 9 days past ovulation, which is early and soon and exciting. Getting a positive at 9 DPO is super early, and I got a digital positive at 9 DPO and it was so exciting and I could not believe it, and it kind of made the whole 2-week wait less excruciating because I knew before the 2 weeks was up. So I basically found out I was pregnant 6 days before my missed period. Yay for that. And you're probably hoping for the same thing. So let's get started and I'll let you guys know my symptoms leading up to my big fat positive. So I track everything on the app Flow. It is what app I've been using since December to track my ovulation and just to see like my fertile window and track my periods and stuff. I got really lucky and I had pretty regular periods after getting my Mirena IUD birth control removed in December. I have very regular periods. So that is a blessing in itself with having PCOS. So that is a huge blessing, and I have not been doing anything in the trying to conceive realm as far as like really trying, except for using this app until last month. So that's when things went different. This is where I tracked all of my symptoms and everything I was feeling, and I also realized that I ovulate later than what the app told me. So my first suggestion, and if you're trying to conceive in general, is to go ahead and purchase some ovulation tests. They have really cheap kits online on Amazon, which is what I used, and I will leave them linked down below. They were like $8 for 50 of them because you're going to use them pretty regularly. There's instructions that come with them to tell you how you use them, but it's the first month that we use them, I conceived, which is so exciting. But I also realized that my dates on this app that is pretty accurate as far as like guessing when my period started was off on my actual ovulation date. I ovulate a bit later than it tells me on my app. So when I was trying on the wrong days. So my biggest #1 tip is if you haven't tried using ovulation test strips yet, you should really do that because that's how I found out I was ovulating, and boom, baby. I'm so blessed. Holy crap, like I can't even believe it. So definitely would suggest that. But immediately as I knew I ovulated, science, we did what we needed to do. And then comes DPO day 1. So we'll go from there. I got my positive ovulation test on, like my super positive, on June 5th. So I counted DPO day 1 as June 6th, and I didn't start logging symptoms until I was 4 DPO, which was June 9th. So on 4 DPO, my symptoms, I had to get to them. This is the app Flow. It's amazing. It's super easy to keep everything in charge of, like, you know, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. Also, this is gonna be a little TMI because there are certain things that you experience in early pregnancy or ovulation that are TMI. Warning, I don't know. You're warned. Warning. So this is 4 DPO. I put that my mood was calm. My symptoms, I had cramps, tender breasts, headache. All of these obviously could be PMS, so I wouldn't go saying that you're pregnant at 4 DPO because it's kind of impossible to implant that early, I think. But my CM was creamy, and I wrote on my notes part that I had cramps on the right side. And this is going to be a theme throughout my 2-week wait. Cramps on the right side were something I noticed pretty immediately, and I'm pretty sure it was ovulation cramps, I think, at first. But I had really weird cramps on my right side. Like, I can't explain it. It's not like a period cramp because I don't really experience period cramps. That's how I knew something was wrong, because I'm not typically crampy. So, not wrong, but something was different. So on 4 DPO, I had cramps on my right side. Then we go to, I didn't record anything on 5 DPO. So on 6 DPO, I marked that I had cramps, tender breasts, and then in my notes, major cramps all day off and on, more on right side. I get so hungry so fast where I almost feel like I'll pass out if I don't eat immediately. So emotional, but it's an emotional day. Why was it such an emotional day? I don't remember why it was such an emotional day. The major cramps on the right side definitely carried over and kept continuing it. It kind of felt like little, like I was getting stabbed a little bit on my right side. Ella's screaming in the background. But the eating thing was weird because typically I'm not much of a morning eater. I'm not, like, I'm obviously an eater, hello, but I don't eat in the morning. But for some reason, I would get hungry so fast that I felt sick. Like my stomach would hurt and I would feel jittery and weird all of a sudden. So that was not typical for me, that I had to eat right away. So that was a major, like, that's interesting. But I kind of chalked it up to, like, I'm not gonna get too excited. I don't know what that means. So that was definitely a weird symptom for me. Like immediate hunger, and I felt weird if I didn't eat right away. Like I had to, like, slam 2 hard-boiled eggs and some almonds just to, like, get food in me to make me feel normal. It was very weird. So I don't know if my blood sugar dropped or something, but that was a major, like, for me, major. So that was 6 DPO. 7 DPO, I have tracked. I have lots of notes on this day. So I put, this is TMI, the worst diarrhea ever, boobs hurt like I lifted weights, bloated, cramps on right side, off and on, hunger that comes on all of a sudden and makes me feel nauseous. This is the kicker. Weird stomach burning, nauseous, boobs hurt so freaking bad, and I'm in a terrible mood. This is the day I think I implanted, because I have never experienced pain the way I experienced it. I don't know what happened, and no 2-week wait symptoms that I looked up had this, except for one girl. I wish I could find her video. She kind of explained something similar to what I experienced, where her whole stomach was like burning and on fire, like super weird burning sensation, and that is exactly what I experienced. It hurt so bad. My stomach felt like it was on fire. I've never experienced anything like that. All I can make it equivalent to is like having a stomach bug. The burning in my stomach was really weird, and that's when I was like, something is wrong. Like, I don't feel good. Like, this is not okay. And I thought I ate something weird like the night before. I'm like, oh, maybe it's like a stomach bug, I don't know. All I can say is it was a weird burning. Now, I do have PCOS, which is that I have the cysts on my ovaries, and I don't know for sure if maybe like one of the cysts bursted or busted. Wow. You know what I'm saying. I don't know if one of them like popped when it was when egg, sperm, and everything was happening, science, you know what I mean? I don't know, but that was really weird, and I was like, It went away the next day though, but that was like, this is the day I'm almost positive that I implanted, because I did get a positive pregnancy test 2 days later. The boob pain, my breast pain, I think everybody gets a little tender before they get their period, but this is a different kind. It feels like you lifted weights. It's like very sore in here and like under the armpits. So that is something that has stuck around this entire time. The entire time. The breast pain does not go away, but it was definitely a big red flag to me. Not red flag. I don't want to say that because it's not a red flag, but it was just like a This is the day where I was like, yep, 8 DPO. This is 8 DPO. So I think I implanted on 7 DPO. 8 DPO, I had cramps, tender breasts. This is when I noticed a difference in my CM. If you don't know what that is, it's your cervical mucus. This is when I was like, this is different. Typically before I get my period, I don't really have much of anything happening, and then I had stuff happening down there. So I was like, that's weird. I only knew to note these things because I had watched so many videos, and I was like, if I am pregnant, I want people to know what I'm experiencing just in case it helps someone. So that's not typically something I would really pay attention to, but it is a huge factor if you are trying to conceive. Paying attention to your cervical mucus is a huge way of finding out you're pregnant or finding out you're ovulating. There are many different consistencies and colors and textures and all those things that can help you really decide when you're ovulating and like if things are changing down there. So I would definitely pay attention to that. It's not something to like kind of be like, ew, it's gross, I don't want to talk about it. Like, yeah, it is gross, but like it makes a difference. So definitely look up some things there to like see how you're ovulating, what it looks like and stuff like that. But I wrote down that it was sticky and creamy. My notes were very tender boobs, like I lifted weights. Pretty sure I have a positive pregnancy test. Now I have to tell you guys, I was taking the Amazon test that came along with my ovulation sticks pretty much since like DPO day 5. Even knowing that I want to get a positive, I still was doing it because that's who I am. And I knew that it wasn't going to show up, but I thought I saw a little shadow. So I was like, that's weird. But if you aren't familiar with the month I had before that, it was kind of a poop show, and it was a mess. So I didn't count on it at all. But I said, pretty sure I have a positive pregnancy test. Cramps in the center of my pelvis, bloated, and starting to get white CM, which was different. I've never had that before. I was like, that's weird. Like, I've never noticed that ever. The cramps in the center of my pelvis were super weird. It's like right in the middle of like my uterus, and it was just like this weird, feels like somebody stretching your uterus. It was very bizarre, and I'm like, this is not like something is happening in my body. Like I know for sure something is happening, and it was, which is so exciting. But definitely the tender boobs, it literally feels like you did like 100 push-ups. That's how I can like equate it to. I've never done that, but I'm assuming that's what it will feel like. And then here we go, 9 DPO, the day I got my positive pregnancy test. I had tender breasts. I feel so emotional and anxious, like I have the flu, exhausted, sore boobs, just feel like total shit. That's what I wrote. Got 2 faint positives on a first response, and then I ended up getting my digital first response that morning after the 2 faint positives. So that's when I got my big fat positive, was 9 days past ovulation. So basically what I was really experiencing the whole time was lots of cramping and changes in my cervical mucus, and really just like the breast. It's just, this is gonna sound so cliche, and if you're trying to conceive, you're gonna hate me for saying it, but sometimes you just know you're pregnant, and I knew I was pregnant. I just knew. I knew things were different. I knew my body felt different. I just felt instinctively very, very, very different. And I did continue on to track symptoms. So 10 days past ovulation, I wrote tender breasts, and then I'm pregnant, sore boobs, gas, heavy feeling in uterus, very vivid dreams. That is also carried over. I have a vivid dream pretty much every single night. They haven't been bad, which is nice. So that's kind of held true. And then on 12 DPO is the last day that I like said anything, and it said still pregnant. Boobs are ridiculous. They hurt so bad. Could sleep all day and weird cravings. Now I am almost 8 weeks, and that was like prior to my period. So I was only 3 weeks then, maybe, if that. Things have changed. I definitely feel super pregnant. I'm out of breath all the time. I'm nauseous. I've been experiencing really bad morning sickness. It's kind of eased up a bit over the last few days, but I still have waves of nausea pretty much all day long. It sticks around. I'm using that as like my marker, other than like having like checked my numbers and stuff, and everything seems to be going really well. But I'm trying not to like stress about baby, and just hoping that everything stays well, and that when we go to the ultrasound, we are going to be so excited and everything is going to be great. But I'm definitely feeling pregnant. I am sick, so sick. And I also just want like you guys to know, like, it is possible to have a baby. Like, I feel like I've gotten so many messages like I have PCOS and you give me so much hope, and because I'm also plus size as well, and there's a huge stigma attached to being plus size and having babies, and it makes me so sad because I had Ella plus size and I had a perfectly normal pregnancy, great delivery, great recovery. You can 1000% have babies overweight, obviously, if you don't want to and you don't feel comfortable. You know, don't. But if you're wanting a child and you're healthy and your blood work is coming back good and everything is looking okay, like don't let that deter you from having a child. Every doctor is going to tell you to lose weight before you have a baby. Every single one. It's what they do. It's the world we live in. It's just how it is. I'm obviously trying to be super healthy with this pregnancy. I was reckless with Ella, so reckless. I ate terrible and I gave into every craving, and I don't think I drank enough water, and I just didn't really, I was young. I had no idea. I'd never had a baby before. So I've been exercising every day as much as I can. I'm drinking tons of water. I'm trying to eat really healthy, and just being very mindful of what I'm doing with my body. Trying to really take control, and I feel like I'm gonna come out of this pregnancy a healthier version of myself, because I'm not just feeding me now, I'm feeding a baby too. So that has really helped me in like my eating and just maintaining being healthy. So, but those are my 2-week weight symptoms. Let me know down below if you guys have any that you've experienced before your little ones, and if you have any questions or any video ideas that you want me to do as far as trying to conceive, let me know down in the comment section down below. I hope this helped, and if you are in your 2-week wait, stick it out. It's gonna be okay. I know it feels like it's taking forever, but you are going to be okay. You're gonna survive it, and just enjoy the ride. That's such terrible advice. I would hate me if I watched that in a video. Like, the 2-week wait is just so miserable, like, for everybody. It's so painful to wait to see if you're pregnant. Like, not being able to test, or testing too soon and getting your hopes up. It's just miserable. So instead of saying, don't worry about it, take it easy, I'm gonna say, hang in there, girl. You're gonna be all right. It's gonna take forever, but you're gonna get to the end, and regardless, you could start a new cycle and try again, or you're gonna have that sweet little babe. I hope you get that sweet little baby that you're praying for, now you're trying for, and my heart goes out to all the women who've been trying to conceive. It is no joke. It takes a major toll on you in your health and your mental health, and it's hard. And I don't think people talk about how hard it is when all you want in your heart is a baby. My heart is with you guys, and I love you all so much. Make sure you let me know down below any videos you need or have any questions. I will be down there trying to answer them for you guys, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.